Yeah, I think it's just all the young guys we have. Reminds me of Pop Warner. You know, we all cheer for each other, we all work hard and compete against each other when that time comes up too. So he's been seamless fit in, done a great job just being himself, which is a great person, a great player, obviously. So we're lucky to have him.
Feeling rejuvenated and really enjoying the time with the guys, getting to know them, getting on the same page with Matthew, and it feels like I've been on this team for a couple of years now. Sean showing a lot of love, you know, with the video to start the year, just kind of getting me integrated with the team, and it's just been fun all around.
I'm not going to be silly. I feel like there is nothing being told about the Los Angeles Rams when it comes to the top teams in the NFL. I actually just read an article and it showed, you know, top 10 offenses in the NFL, and it had the Rams nowhere near the top. Matthew Stafford, I'm sorry, I just don't get it. How is it automatically going to be bad? I know going into the 2024 season that the Rams are respected as a top offense in the National Football League. You lose Cooper Kupp, who by a NFL consensus and by, I guess, also the Los Angeles Rams to some respect says, okay, he's lost a step that we're not able to complement right now. Let's go get a Davante Adams and let's enter him into the equation, along with the fact that we're pairing a big body with him to an already big body in Puka Nacua. And to top that, we have a healthy Matthew Stafford that is still very much so in a prime real estate approach to how he plays the game. The kid is still elite. Like, Matthew Stafford is still him. I don't know why it feels like the NFL and the fans feel like he's about to just fall off of a cliff when he didn't show any signs of falling off a cliff last year in 2024. 3,965 yards through the air, 24 touchdowns, quarterback rating of 93.7. All of that without a wide receiver too. He only had Puka Nacua last year. When protected, also, Matthew Stafford still throws with elite velocity and anticipation. So if this offensive line can click the way you guys told me on the last video that it's going to click. You guys communicated with me. I had my opinions on the offensive line, and you guys said, hey, we think the offensive line is going to be better. If there is any second guessings with that, y'all let me know in the comment section. Now that he gets two legitimate wide receiver ones, two legitimate number one receivers, and a McVay system that will tailor to his rhythm, I don't see how this offense fails. And then you have a Kyren Williams still in the building. I have been seeing some back and forth with contract talks between, you know, his camp, his team, and the Los Angeles Rams. We're not going to see any nefarious type of ordeals within the organization with Kyren Williams and the front office. It just looks like the deal might get done after the season, maybe halfway through the season. But the beautiful thing about, if anything does go awry, Jarquez Hunter, rookie out of Auburn, is going to be beautifully shifted into that role to take over for any situation. There has been times where Mr. Kyren Williams has gotten hurt, you know, and had to miss a few games. And so there was a backup running back that needed to be had. And if there's anything to go with a contract situation, if Jarquez Hunter can show some beautiful things, I would still think it's smart and wise to keep Kyren Williams in the building, because you never know, even if Hunter has a great season and Mr. Kyren is looking for a certain type of contract, if it makes sense money's wise, keep him in the building. Even though Sean McVay and Les Snead may not value a running back in that high regard, I still think keeping Kyren Williams, getting him some money, getting him happy is very, very important. And then, like, we have to talk about Davante Adams specifically. You know, new scenery, new system, less pressure, everything that he had to go against with triple coverage, double coverage, never one-on-one in Las Vegas. He finally gets to do it. I mean, hell, he could do it. Give him triple coverage, but give him a quarterback that can put the ball at the right point, at the right time, in the right way, on the right down. Like, that's what Matthew Stafford is going to be able to bring with his veteran leadership. And am I crazy to think, you know, of course, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback, you know, Davante Adams has ever to play with, but the next best dude is definitely going to be Matthew Stafford. So do we not see a resurgence of Davante Adams, the route genius that it's always beautifully had the respect of the NFL. You know, Sean McVay will make him go inside, isolate him on choice routes, and design openings. He's not just another piece. He's the whole chessboard. He can do anything. He can be your slot guy for a game. He'll be your X for a game. He can be your Z for a game. He can be your decoy for a game. Expect a mix of fade stops, motion crossers, whip routes, and vintage Rodgers era slants. You know, the thing that made him great was that ability to get the DB off of his feet and contort his body so quickly to open up for those slants, to get him running in motion and to get him going very, very early. He's not slowing down. He's just in a smarter system now. And Sean McVay, I believe, is going to scheme him with at least 8 targets a game. And he's winning one-on-ones every single time as long as he has the opportunities to have one-on-one matchups. And then we have Puka Nacua, the lovely legend, the darling, the sweetheart, everyone's favorite wide receiver 2 with a wide receiver 1 mentality. Actually, guys, y'all let me know with the Los Angeles Rams, how is this dynamic gonna go? Is Davante Adams the wide receiver 1, or is it gonna be Puka Nacua? Y'all let me know. I see that the jersey number situation shows me that Davante Adams is probably going to be the wide receiver 1. But are there any Rams fans out there that actually have a different approach? Because in 2024, Puka Nacua had 79 receptions on 990 yards and only 3 touchdowns to the air. He actually had a rushing touchdown. And then if you look at what the veteran Davante Adams, the 32-year-old, what he had for his season was 85 receptions, over 1,000 yards, and 8 touchdowns through the air. And he had Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew as his quarterback. Now he has Matthew Stafford, the golden boy, the golden arm himself, the legend himself, Matthew Stafford, as his quarterback. So we should be able to anticipate, to project a legit season, not just for Davante Adams, but also for Puka Nacua. Because after defenses were seeing that Cooper Kupp was okay with being taken away by just a nickel, that means Puka was getting a lot of that attention. Puka Nacua was getting a lot of double coverage, a lot of looks his way. The defenses were scheming towards him to push him towards the boundaries for harder catches and stuff like that, to help with the DB with his lack of speed. Eliminating as much space as possible is the best way to hurt a Puka Nacua. And so having Davante Adams in the building today to be able to still, yes, stretch the field vertically, to still, yes, be able to have certain intermediate routes and crossers within the middle of the field, that's going to help open up things for Puka Nacua, or even Jordan Whittington, who's getting a lot of love as well. So, you know, we're going to see if Jordan Whittington's going to be able to make some legitimate impact in the training camps, in the preseason. And the reason why, once again, I'm going to make this full circle. The reason why I believe in the Los Angeles Rams, it's because of the pillars that we've always talked about. It's because of the names. It's because of Sean McVay. It's because you have Matthew Stafford. It's because that we talk so much about this offense and what it can be in 2025, and we haven't even discussed all the disgustingly nasty, beautiful pieces that you have on your defense. That front seven is going to be nasty work. You know, I'm ready to see those new defensive pieces added on to the Los Angeles Rams defense. And so once again, I think the best thing about the Los Angeles Rams is that no one is talking about, you guys. No one is talking about the Los Angeles Rams. They won the NFC West last year. And everyone thinks, I guess they think it's a fluke. I guess they think it's not going to happen. And the 49ers will be back because, you know, they're the 49ers. And so, of course, it was a fluke with the Rams winning the division. And I'm just like, no, it's a real thing. And they won the division last year for a reason. It's because they're good and they're only going to get better. Why wouldn't they be a legitimate favorite contender for a Super Bowl approach when they won it just 4 years ago with the same dudes in the building minus a Cooper Kupp and an Aaron Donald? I understand there's pieces that aren't there, but at the end of the day, they still have a huge nucleus of the pieces that helped them win that Super Bowl. And so you guys let me know what you think in the comment section on this Los Angeles Rams team and their performance on this offseason. And where do you think they'll be in 2025? Let me know. Peace.